there. In this first segment, we're going to begin the quantitative data lab. Um, in this quantitative data lab, we're just going to find the descriptive statistics. I'm going to follow pretty much the quantitative data lab that's in your syllabus on page 14, so I have that open here. And for this lab, I'm going to be using the data set called Cigarette Data 1960. This is an Excel workbook, and if you open the workbook, you can see on the first page a little bit about this data set. We see here where the data set is from, where it resides in the internet, who collected this data, and also what the variable names mean. So SIG, that's the number of cigarettes smoked in hundreds per capita. So in Alabama, for example, there were 18.2 hundred cigarettes smoked per capita. So per capita is an economics reference, and does have something to do with the economic condition of the state. Other variables here are blood, lung, kidney, and leukemia, and these other variables are the number of deaths per 100,000 of the population from these different forms of cancer. This data set is in the Journal of National Cancer Institute, and here's the reference for that. This is from 1960. So the data set is pretty old. Now with this data set, the first thing we're going to do is find the descriptive statistics, and the particular variable I'm going to use is lung. I'm going to look at the lung cancer data. So to begin this process, I'm going to copy the data that I want to look at and put it on a different sheet. So because on this sheet there's a lot going on and I want to start clean. So to do that, I'm going to copy this to another sheet. I'm first going to select the data. So that just means I'm left clicking and highlighting the data. And when I have the data all highlighted, to copy it, you can do a Control-C. So, or you can right-click. I just right-clicked, and that's just the same thing. So to put it on a new sheet, there's a little plus sign on this version of Excel. Other versions of Excel, there's a tab you can click on to open a new sheet. So I'm clicking on that plus sign, and here I'm just going to do paste. So I'll use the first paste option, which is it's putting the text directly into the sheet. So here's the lung data. And again, this represents the number of lung cancer deaths in hundreds, per 100,000 in each of the different states. So this entry here is for Alabama. This is an alphabetical listing of the states. Now that I have the data on this page, I want to look at the descriptive statistics. The descriptive statistics are some summary measures for the data set. So in order to do this, what I'm going to do is I'll first highlight the data according to what it says in the lab, and then according to what it says here is we'll go to the data tab. The data tab's up here, and then it says data analysis. Now data analysis would be here if it existed, but it doesn't exist. You might find this if you have Microsoft Office at home. You might say, well, what is she talking about? There's no data analysis. So that's the case here as well. So you sometimes have to install that. To install that, I think it's not so bad. If you go to File, and then what are we going to do? We're going to go to Options. So when you go to Options, there's something called add-ins here. Okay, so if you select add-ins, what we're going to add in is the analysis tool pack, and, well, hold on a second. These are the items we want to add in. We want to add in analysis tool pack and analysis tool pack VBA. So see how it says manage Excel add-ins? We're going to set go on this, and it's going to ask me which ones I want to add in. I want to add these in, the analysis tool pack options. So when I click on OK, then those are added in, and data analysis is now an option under the data tab. So I'll repeat what I wanted to do before, which is highlight the data, and go to data analysis, right? Data tab, data analysis. So there we go. Go to data analysis. Then the next choice here is descriptive statistics, which is here. I want to do descriptive statistics, then click OK. So I have this dialog box. It asks me some questions. First piece we have to fill out is input range. The input range is referring to where the data resides on the spreadsheet. So to indicate where the data resides, I'm going to click on this red arrow, and I guess I'll have to re-highlight the data. So there it is. And click back on the red arrow, and here's the data. This is where it resides on the spreadsheet in column A, row 1 through 45. It's grouped by rows. Now, when I just highlighted the data, I did include the text in the first row, so I'm going to click this labels in first row box. The output range is where I want the output to reside on the spreadsheet. So I'm clicking output range, and again I'm going to click on the red arrow, and I'll put the output here in C2. And what I want are summary statistics. So after I've clicked this box, this dialog box is filled out, and when I click on OK, it thinks, but not very long. And so from here I have the mean, which is of interest, about 16.7, almost, or 19.7, almost 20 deaths per 100,000 due to lung cancer on average in the United States in 1960. I have a value for a standard deviation, a min and a max, and a count. So there were 44 states that we have information on, and a min and a max as well. So this is the little summary statistics here. These are called the descriptive statistics. So if you have a Word document open, a new document, then what you can do with your new document is you can identify your descriptive statistics, make a copy of this, copy it, and you can paste it here. So you can do that with the control functions, or you can do it from file. Okay, so that's it for the descriptive statistics. We'll continue the next piece of this with the histogram. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.